Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome, dear teachers. Today, this is a special talk, rather a brief. This will be an explanation about four C's, and this is mostly directed towards teachers. These are actually called 21st century skills. We'll be talking about today, right? And these are four C's. Okay, so we will see learning and four C's. Learning and four C's. Okay, so that is the concept today that we'll be talking about. Now, what are the four C's? What are the four C's? That is the concept, dear audience, right? Okay, focus on number one, collaboration. So that means in 21st century the schooling is a bit different. As teachers, it's expected that we are the collaborators. We focus on collaboration. We focus on communication. Okay, we focus on creativity. Yes, and we focus on critical thinking. Critical thinking. Yes, dear teachers. So the 21st century demand, most probably you might be watching it, observing it. Almost every teacher educator talking about four C's, talking about the 21st century skills, talking about the classroom environment in 21st century, right? And most of the times we talk about collaboration, communication, creativity, and critical thinking, right? Now, what is collaboration? What is collaboration? Okay, collaboration occurs, right? Collaboration occurs when two or more people work together. Two or more people, yes, work together. When two or more people work together to accomplish a shared common goal. Common goal. So the focus is on togetherness, right? The focus is on accomplishing your goals. The focus is on acquiring new skills, learning new things, but together. Two or more people, when learn together, sit together, work on a project, work on a lesson, work on a science concept, a mathematical concept, okay, together. That is collaboration, and that is the need of this very century. That is need of tomorrow, and that's collaboration, and that's how we should always think of collaborating. And yes, I tell you a very important thing, that in future schools perhaps we will see two or more than two teachers inside the classroom helping each other, coming jointly, maybe one using the whiteboard, another speaking on the screen or before the class, and most probably other one sharing some sheets, worksheets, etc. in the class. So it will be a joint kind of effort, and same is needed to be transferred to the students, that encourage them to work together, right? Now, what does this all, when I say collaboration, it is working together, two or more people for a shared common goal, right? Now, how will it help students, right? Students will learn, number one, remember that, yes, work effectively. They will work effectively. Yes, first thing, teachers, students, if they come together in a collaborative mode, they will work together, they will work effectively, and they will get time and exposure in working with different kind of people, right? And yes, we should also encourage the students to work with people, students coming from diverse cultures, okay, yeah, or different genders, right? So allow that to do, because that adds up and exposes the child to new things. Okay, so in this very environment, another very important thing is that it is flexible, right? Flexible, pressure is minimized here. So here a learner learns to compromise. Yes, it is a willingness to compromise. I will compromise on this. So the team members in a group will learn to compromise. Fine. And another important thing is to, when they want to reach their goal, there will be a shared kind of responsibility. Everyone will be doing his own part, and collectively we will come to a conclusion. Fine. Demonstrate responsibility. Demonstrate responsibility. Yes, that's very important. Demonstrate responsibility. Right? So, three very important things that our students need to learn when it comes to collaboration. And I told you that the first one is that work effectively with different groups of people, including people from diverse cultures. That is the first thing. And the second one is be flexible, okay, and willing to compromise with team members to reach common shared goal. And the third most important thing is that demonstrate responsibility as a team member working together for as a towards a shared goal. So that is actually collaboration. Okay. Then we come to communication. Communication. Okay. Now let us see, what does communication mean. Fine. So dear students, dear teachers, dear friends, dear audience, communication, as we all are aware, a very, very common term. You have to be expressive to the world. You need to express your inner thoughts. First, the teachers need to communicate themselves. Then only it is possible to encourage our students to communicate. So, what we need to communicate? Very simple. To communicate our thoughts very, very clearly and crisply. That is the basic point, right? Articulate our opinions. What is in our heart? Articulate it. What is in our thoughts? Speak it up, right? Communicating, but there should be coherence, right? Whatever you speak, if you speak, there should be coherence in your speaking. And when you speak, there should be some kind of the factor of motivation. You should be a motivational speaker, right? And that means you need to use powerful words to communicate your thoughts, your opinions, okay? And whatever instructions rather you give, that should be coherent, okay? And your words should always be motivating. That is communication, right? And now, what does that mean for our students? When we say this is communication, what does it mean for our students? So, communication simply means using your thoughts. For example, so when I say communication, I told you what communication means: to express your thoughts, to express your thoughts, yes, opinions, but that should be clear and crisp. Clear and it should be crisp, okay? You should give coherent instructions. And the final one is powerful words. Powerful motivating words. That's actually communication. Now, what does it help? What does it do? What does it mean for our students? Number one point, communication means our students using digital media. First one, using digital media. They are using digital media. That's very important. They are using digital media. Our students are able to use digital media and environment. Today we have digital environment. When they are able to use digital media and digital environment to support personal and group learning. So this to use digital media and environment, it should support him, yes, to learn, yes, to support personal and group learning. Support, yes, personal and group learning, yes, that's very important. Group learning and personal learning. For personal learning and group learning, our students should be able to communicate using digital media and digital environment, and so that they are able to, yes, learn for their uh, improving their personality and working in a group. That's first thing. And what is second important thing? They should be able, it means communication to our learners means, or even teachers means, that we should be able to share information effectively. Any information should be shared effectively. Yes, that's what I am doing. I am trying to share this today's concept with you effectively, and sharing effectively and efficiently. So I should be able to share effectively, share efficiently. So again, the medium is, when I talk of sharing effectively and efficiently, but what is the medium of communication? It is digital media and digital environment. Yes, whenever it comes to communication, we are in a digital world now, we are in a global world now. So the communication should be, yes, we should be able to use digital media effectively and efficiently for this kind of selfie, for trash sharing, useless sharing, forwarding of nonsense messages hundreds of times in WhatsApp groups and irritating others. That is not using this medium effectively and efficiently. You should keep these things in mind. I am an admin of many WhatsApp groups, and I see most of the times even quite matured people sharing things that are absolutely trash and useless, wasting their own time, precious time, and wasting the time of others. That is not efficient and effective use of digital media. We need to take care of that. I think these are the things that came to my mind to share these things with you, right? Then the third important thing is that for communication, you should be able, yes, again, a teacher should be able to communicate thoughts. Yes, in the first definition I told you your meaning, what is communication? Thoughts and ideas, and they should be clearly shared. Share your thoughts, share your ideas clearly and effectively, right? And to whom? Because on digital media, on digital platform, you don't know your audience, right? There are women, there are men, there are elderly people, there are youngsters, there may be children. For example, on Twitter, Facebook, on Instagram, if you're sharing there, if you're a responsible member there, you must take care of these things. When you are on WhatsApp, when you are on Facebook, when you are on Twitter, when you are on Instagram, when you are on Skype, when you are on Google platforms, Zoom, right? So there are so many platforms now, online platforms. Whenever you are sharing, it's very important. You are sharing your thoughts, you are sharing your opinions, right? You are sharing your ideas. They should be absolutely clear, and they should be shared again effectively, because your audience is diverse. They belong to different mediums, and they are from different formats. So taking care of that, so that means your thoughts and ideas should be very clear, because you are speaking, addressing, or you are against diverse audience. So the first important thing is, when it comes to communication, if we again summarize it, the first thing is that you are following a digital world and environment. So whenever you communicate, you should communicate for your personal and group growth. group learning, right? And the second important thing I told you, that when you are sharing information, it should be efficient, it should be effective. And again, when you are using digital environment and digital world, right? And third thing I said that, okay, when you are sharing on communicating, again, you should communicating your thoughts, you should communicate your opinions, whatever you want, but again, you should take care of the audience, because your audience is diverse. So that is how we should be using social media or internet platforms when you are anywhere, right? So that's all about communication. Then we come another very very important point, and that is creativity, right? So creativity is again a very very important skill of 21st century, right? As students, as teachers, we need to identify and understand the creative ability, intellect of our learners. So what is creativity? It is the ability to produce new, diverse and unique ideas, right? Creativity is to produce, first of all, new, right? It is new, it is diverse, and it is unique. So producing or presenting new ideas, diverse ideas, unique ideas, right? You are producing all these things on your social media platforms, digital platforms. So using creativity, thinking creatively means, yeah, looking to things. Thinking creatively means looking at things, looking at from a different perspective, from a different perspective, yeah, from a different perspective. This is very important. So it is not the beaten track, it's not an idea, it's not a thought, it's not something that is beaten, that has been discussed threadbare. No, creativity is not that. Whenever you are creative, it simply means that your idea is new, your idea is diverse, your idea is unique. Absolutely. So you are looking with a different perspective on things. So that, in other words, also means your idea is not restricted to the already existing rules. It can be against the rules, it can be against the customs prevalent in a particular society, it can be against the norms. Yes, that's very very interesting about creativity, that whatever your creative skills are, they are diverse, they are unique, they are new. In a sense, they can go against the rules, they can go against the customs, they can go against the norms. This can be something new, right? So how will it help? Yeah, what does it mean for our students? This is creativity, what I actually explained. Now see, creativity to our students means, right, there are four important points. So you have, number one, creativity means that wide range of idea creation techniques. That means we should be able, in our students, we should be able to help them to develop the habit of brainstorming, right? Brainstorming sessions should be done with the students. Through brainstorming, there is a chance that a use of wide range of ideas creation techniques. So this is an idea creating technique, idea creating technique. Yes, we should develop this kind of habit in our classroom, that we are leading our students come up with new ideas. And one of the important ways, skills, is brainstorming. This is idea creating technique. Yes, idea creating. Sometimes we are short of ideas, so when you give a brainstorming kind of technique, so it will help. Idea creating, yes, idea creating technique. For example, there is a kind of thing that we most of the time in training say that there are 9 dots, and even 9 dots, and you have to connect all of them with 4 lines without repeating your line. You can't go over the line again, or you cannot lift your pen. I'll start it like this, right? I'll go here, then from here I will go there, right? So I will go here, right? Then I will move to here. So one line, second line, third line and fourth line. This is how I will do it. So this is a kind of, you have seen that from this dot rules will tell me that I will come back from this dot, but I have gone against the rules, against the traditions, and I moved out of this very dot to this place. Again from here I came to this place, and from this very dot I again moved forwards. Okay, throwing rules to winds from moving from the dot, and I came here. This is creativity. And from here I came to this place. This is normal, right? And from there again I reached here. So at two places almost you have seen that I have broken the customs and the rules that are prevalent there, and this is actually creativity. So this is technique of brainstorming, right? And at the same times, the second point, this was, I said ki brainstorming is one of the techniques that helps us to develop new ideas. Okay, and worthwhile is by incremental and radical concepts. So radical concepts, नए ख्यालात, sometimes जो society होती है, they may think that okay, this doesn't look acceptable, right? But see, now the radical concept today, most probably this is altogether new idea. You have seen we are living in this COVID era, and what we are doing now, at almost everything now we are keeping social distance. This suddenly came a new idea in the society. This is a new normal. We are having those face masks, right? We are every time we are using sanitizers and all that. So this is how it's a radical concept. This is a new concept. Somewhere it's not accepted. Even some say it's alcoholic, and I don't use alcohol and all that. So there are differences. There are people against the ideas that this should not be done, this should not be that. But normally they are then accepted. But these should be the ideas that go in the long run to help the society, right? To help us all. Right, so that is using radical and new ideas, worthwhile ideas that make this world a better place, right? Then another very, very important thing is that we are able to elaborate on old things, elaborate, analyze, right, problems, issues, and evaluate on impartial basis. We evaluate things. Take ideas are elaborated, ideas are analyzed, ideas are evaluated, and to improve, maximize creative efforts, to improve creativity, again to improve and allow creativity to creep in. So ideas, the existing ideas they can have some more elaboration, can be analyzed, it can be evaluated for and against, so that creativity is improved, so that we have something new. But it needs again we have to put more efforts, so that we are able to, right, yes, elaborate on ideas. So act on creative ideas to make a tangible and useful contribution to the field in which the innovation will occur. So what the very important point, act on creative ideas. Students should be encouraged to act on creative ideas, जैसे through that they can come through brainstorming. I told you they can come through some radical concepts. They can come, new ideas can come after elaborating, analyzing, or evaluating old ideas. Then there should be a kind of what? Our students should be able to act on these very ideas to make a tangible, physical, which can be seen, felt. Some new contribution should come from all this process, right? So that will be called then ultimately innovation. That will be an innovation. So that will lead us to some innovation. So that means innovation has occurred in dealing with some thing or some concept or some idea or some issue. So that is all about creativity, right? Then our next very important point is critical thinking. Yeah, it is critical thinking. Again, a very, very important point. Critical thinking, right? So critical thinking, dear students, I'm probably I'll be coming back some next time. So I'll be explaining it simply here. Critical thinking involves logical thinking. It is not irrational or imaginary kind of world. It is logical thinking using your brains and reasoning, including skills such as comparing things, classifying things, sequencing things, cause, looking for the cause, looking for the effect, patterning things, right? Webbing, analogies, right? Deductive and inductive reasoning, forecasting, planning, hypothesizing, and critiquing things. This is actually critical thinking. Now, what does that mean for our students? Yes, it means that our students learn. They think critically by learning too. They think critically and by learning to use different kinds of reasoning such as deductive and inductive to understand a situation. They use deductive and inductive reasoning to understand a situation. They learn to analyze complex systems and understand how they are interconnected parts support the system. For example, computer. They are able to see all its past parts, and they are able to see how it works as a unit. So that is how analyzing works. Gather relevant information. So you have discrete kind of information before you. You have, on Google, you have terrible kind of pages and all that, but you are able to gather the information that's useful and that's relevant to you. That means you have developed the mental ability of critical thinking. Ask important questions that clarify points of view and help solve problems. For example, in a lecture, for example, before a teacher, for example, on Google, everywhere you are able to ask the very, very apt question that will guide you to next level, that will guide you to solution. Otherwise, we write things, otherwise, we say things, or otherwise, in some kind of lecture or training or a class, our teachers, our students are not able to ask the right question. When they don't ask the right question, it derails the whole process. So critical thinking means when our students, when our teachers are able to ask the right and apt and crisp question, so that leads us to next level, and that helps us to understand the concept in a better way. Critical thinking also means it also helps our students that they should be able to make decisions by selecting appropriate criteria and identifying alternatives to make reliable choices. So you have so many choices before you today. Our students have so many choices from their home to school. They can see so many things, but selecting the appropriate choice, selecting the reliable thing that will guide him to the straight path, that will guide him to be a balanced personality, that will guide him to be a successful human being. If he is able to do that, select the right choice, that means he has developed the skill of critical thinking, right? So, dear students, that was 4 C's for the teachers, for you all. So if today's students want to compete in the global world, global society that we are in today, they must also be proficient. Very simple: collaborators, communicators, okay, creators, and critical thinkers. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Assalamu alaikum.